Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at a pretty unique upright vacuum cleaner made by Comfier. So it's a powerful cordless multi-floor vacuum and it's got a pretty interesting retro look to it. So in this video we're going to unbox it, go over all the features, do some test vacuuming so you can see if this vacuum is right for you. So this is what the box looks like. So here's some more specs about the vacuum. So it is for commercial and household use. And it does have a commercial vibe to it for sure. Alright, so there's a couple little tabs here. There's a little handle, so that's nice to carry it around. By the way guys, you can get this vacuum on Amazon and there will be links in the description, so check those out. Alright, so it looks like we just need to pull this out. So it all comes out together. I do see a power cable here, so this is probably for charging. Here on the top we got our handle. That's actually a really nice looking handle. It's like this aluminum with a white part on the top, and here we have like a button. Very nice, very clean. I like how slim this is. Alright, so this looks like the main part here. It is quite heavy, so this is probably where our batteries are. So we do have some LED light indicators there. Very nice white clean design. So there's two contacts right there, so I'm guessing that's for the power on the handle. This right here is kind of interesting. It looks like a hanger or a hook or something, or I'm not sure exactly what that is. Very interesting. So let's see what this does. Okay, so it's like a button. Alright, so it actually comes out. Okay, so this is the battery power pack for the vacuum. And we can see the connectors right there. Very cool. So you could get extra batteries and just, if you wanted to use it longer, you could do that. Alright, very cool. And so for the last part, it looks like we have the main head here. And this thing is huge, guys. If you can see my hand, I mean, it's monstrous. So this thing looks really, really nice. I love the color combinations. We got white and like this silvery gold kind of, I guess. So there's a little protector plastic here. Just go ahead and pull that off. So it looks like some kind of intakes here. White wheels. The back is white also. So this looks like where battery connects here, the positive and negative. You can see the red and black. So yeah, very cool. Let's flip this thing over. So it's really flat on the bottom and there is no brush roll, looks like. So there's some flaps here on each side. And then we have another flap here, kind of like a small brush also. And then there's flaps here on the side. And then we have channels here that go to the edge, and I'm guessing this is suction. Then we also have another channel here to the middle, right in the front. Wow, that's a really unique design. So it looks like instead of having some kind of roller brush that brushes, it uses a different technique. Very curious on how well that's going to work. And this thing is huge, guys. You can see my hand. I mean, this thing is super wide. So for some reason I can see this thing being really good on like hardwood floors, but we'll also try it on carpets here because it is multi-floor. So, and the rollers here up front are humongous and they are rubber. They should last a very long time. It does feel very commercial overall. And these rollers are also rubber here. So here we have the model number, the voltage, so it runs on 18 volts. Charger puts out that much, 21. Alright, so let's see how this front cover comes off, because I'm assuming that the dirt all goes in here. There's a clear window here in the front. Alright, so I'm just going to tug on one of these ends here. Alright, so it just pops right up. Okay, so that's what the inside looks like of it. This is the suction looks like, and that's where it sucks, and there's a huge filter in there. It looks like it does pop off. Alright, so it is a filter, and I'm guessing this is catching just, normal micro dust here. So I'm still not inside the container, and I'm guessing that's somewhere here. Okay, yeah, there's a button right here, and a button here that you push and it pops right up. And this is, I guess, where you would empty the trash, just like that. So we got a seal here that seals it, and that's it. And it's locked up. Very interesting. I'm going to put this filter back on. Alright, so everything's back together. All we got to do is just drop it in there. And it looks like it just kind of pops right in, and that's it. Very simple. So this is all the pieces you get. Get the head, and then the middle part, which includes the battery, and then the handle and a charger. Very simple and elegant design. So there's also a manual here that talks about cautions, cleaning and maintenance, how to assemble it together, what the lights do and mean, how to get the battery out. So pretty straightforward things. And some troubleshooting here. So continuous operating time is 60 minutes. That's pretty good. So you can use this thing a whole hour. That should be plenty of vacuuming time. Alright, so let's put this thing together. So we're just going to grab this arm here, and it should just clip right in. And there we go. So it's quite interesting to see how thin this is compared to the head. The head is very wide. So then we're going to grab our handle and pop it on the top. And that's what our vacuum looks like. It's quite a nice, attractive looking vacuum. Also guys, I'm pretty sure that this is a carrying handle. So because they obviously don't want you to lift it by this, you know. You could though, it's not heavy. So I'm not sure how much that weighs, but it's quite light. So this must be a carrying handle to carry the vacuum. Very interesting. I don't think I've seen a vacuum with this kind of design and features. So the first thing we need to do is get that battery charged. Alright, so I got the charger adapter here. So the output is 21.2 volts at 2.5 amps. Alright, so let's go ahead and plug it into the wall. So it does glow green. So to charge the vacuum, there is a little hole here where the plug goes in, and it's one of these plugs. And there we go. And so it looks like that we're almost fully charged because we're on the last dot blinking, so that means it's charging the last part of it. So it looks like there's 4 LEDs here, and as you run it down, it goes down. And as the vacuum is charging, the brick here turned red. Alright, so I'm just going to let this thing charge for a little bit. Make sure the battery's happy. And I'm pretty excited to turn it on and see how loud it is. Alright, so the vacuum is fully charged. So the 4 lights are solid. And the brick is green again. So let's go ahead and unplug it. Let's hit the power button and see what kind of noise it makes. Alright, so it's got an audible noise to it. It's definitely not quiet, but it's not crazy loud either. 4 LEDs just stay solid, and I'm sure they run down as the battery goes lower. So let's flip this thing over so we can see how the suction is over here. It seems to be sucking everywhere, mostly through these 3, also through these little slip cracks here. So yes, hopefully you heard there, it does have, you know, a little bit of a noise to it, but we do have to remember that all of its pickup power comes just from suction, so it has to have a good suction. Alright, so for the next part, let's do a little quick carpet test, and then we'll also go do some hard floor tests. Alright, so I got 2 piles of cereal. So one of them is really fine and dusty, has really small particles, and larger ones. And then we got some Cheerios here to see how well it picks up larger items. Alright, let's start with the finer stuff and then we'll move to the larger things. Alright guys, so as you can see, it did a pretty good job. It did have a little bit of trouble with the larger pieces, but with the smaller pieces it did a really good job and did it pretty quick. So just as I suspected, I think this thing will definitely work much better on hardwood than the carpet. And that makes sense because it doesn't have a brush roll. The ability of it to scoop things into itself is not a strong point. Its strong point is to skim more smaller dust particles into itself. Crumbs or little sand, things like that. So, alright, so we can see that we have all that stuff inside. So let's go to the hard floor surfaces and see how it does there. Alright guys, so we're at part of the house where there is hard floors here. So I have a feeling this thing's going to do much better here. So let's go ahead and empty this thing onto the floor here. So all we got to do is just click these buttons and it should open up. And there we go. Now we have a pretty huge mess here. So I'm going to separate some of these bigger pieces from the smaller ones. Alright, and we can do the same test again. So yeah guys, just as suspected, it did perfect here. As you can see, there was no issue whatsoever of it sucking it in. So I would say that this thing is definitely for hard floors. I know it says multi-floor, but if you have a lot of carpet in your house, I wouldn't say that this vacuum would be good for that. If you have a lot of hard floors, like tile, stone floor like this one, or hardwood floor obviously, then this thing will do great. The head being so wide, this is going to be very convenient of not spending a lot of time vacuuming dust and things like that. So, alright guys, so that'll be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, then hit that like button. If you want to pick up a vacuum like this for yourself, I'll have some links in the description. It's from Amazon, so check that out. And if you enjoy videos like this, I do a lot of reviews and other interesting things on this channel, and you're not subscribed, then hit that subscribe button to see more. And as always guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.